To the ladies, gentlemen, and llama in my life, I present to you Barrel and Blade. Now, I've got the window closed, but you may regularly hear a fleet of helicopters in background. We have 70 or so aircraft heading down from Fort Drum, New York, final destination Philadelphia, for an urban terrain exercise. I have mixed feelings, but it is fun to play the game of the boys ask me what's flying outside, and by sound I'm able to tell them whether it's an Apache, a Black Hawk, or a Chinook, and then they look it up and they're like, wow, you're so cool, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty cool. Anyway, Barrel and Blade, level 2, April 2024 has just arrived, so we are going to take a look and see what we've got. While the Army and the National Guard play their games, we shall play ours. Okay. So we have got Operation 82 with no distinct name or theme. So we will just have to take things out. Ooh, a big medic. Uh-oh. We'll roll a Woodland M81 Woodland tape. And little lamp. Let's see, is this everything? I got everything. And a box for PETA. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things out of the box. Operation 82, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So as I always say, number one, I've got a link to Barrel and Blade in the video description. It is not affiliated or anything. I just like Barrel and Blade. It is one of my longest running favorite subscriptions, and so where I feel good spending my money, I always put a link there. So you can check them out if you so choose. Barrel and Blade, we've got level 1, level 2. Level 2, it used to be in level 2 you got like sometimes like more advanced versions of the stuff that's in level 1, or like, the more expensive version. And they still do that from time to time. Now it... Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. Looking at the card, looking at the stuff. Now it seems like what they do is they've been more recently just adding more items. So, anyway, you get more with level 2 than level 1. So we're going to start... I'm just trying to figure out if there's like a connection between all these things, but I don't see. So level 2 for mission 82. And by the way, all these prices are generally MSRP. I'm going to read off to you. Howie's grip tape, camo. So I mentioned M81 Woodland. The old BDU pattern that I entered the military with back when I joined, and that I loved so much, and that I wore until the very last day of authorization before the Air Force made us switch uniforms. Let's see. Come on, little girl. Well, that is a strong tape. I'll give you that much. So if you put it on something, it's going to stay there. Wow. So it's got a grippy kind of feel. I will definitely make use of this. I love the old Woodland camo. It is so... I just love it. It is not a multi-purpose... they abandon it for looking for an all-terrain, all-purpose camo. And guess what? That doesn't fucking exist. That's the point of camouflage, to blend in with a specific terrain. Woodland was developed for World War III in Europe. That's what it's for. That's why the colors are so close to the NATO 3-color camouflage that we used on vehicles. With NATO in Europe. Big shock. But with, the Woodland uniforms, we had separate ones for desert, which we didn't have. I mean, we had a design in Operation Desert Storm. We actually had to wear Saudi camouflage uniforms. That 3-color desert camo that we would call the DCU, we had, but we didn't really have. But after Desert Storm, it started to be, manufactured, and that's what we wore in the beginning of my desert career campaign in 2001. And, then that turned into this whole ridiculous whatever. I don't want to get into it. Multicam is the new thing that's more universal than this, but it's still not all there's no such thing as a universal camouflage. Whatever. Okay. But this looks pretty good and grippy for various things, and I wish you could feel it. But it's got an MSRP of $6, so that's not bad. I like it. And it's very grippy tape too in terms of tape. So you can use it for some on-the-spot repairs, or just giving yourself a grip on something that needs a grip, or a little bit of cami action. I like it. Next, Hades Horizon headlamp. And that would be the Hades Horizon lamp frontale amovible et rechargeable. Okay. 500 lumens. I'm looking at French and English. Dual light sources. So we've got ultra bright and 5-watt white, and then a red. And it's got some different modes, so we will mode it up. The question is it charged right now? Tell me this is a counterfeit Olight recharger without telling me this is a counterfeit Olight recharger. Unless, you know what, I'm not saying. They could have just bought it from the same guys that make Olights, but this is an Olight recharger, which I'm not too mad about because I love that. Best recharging system ever. Ooh, this is an Olight. This is basically a counterfeit Olight with some extras. Sounds like slavery with extra steps. Ooh la la. I can't remember. You guys, is this the Perrin that it looks like? It looks like it just looks like a Perrin with this added to it. Wow. Okay. Listen, like I said, I'm not judging. If it works, whatever. We're going with it, guys. 700 milliamp hour battery with no discernible label or product, anything on it. I wonder if it's even charged. They give this the MSRP of $45, by the way. Oh, well, that turns right on. All right, be prepared for a strobe no matter what happens here, because I don't know. Oh, and then we got this guy. Floodlight type. All right. I have to do the thing I hate the most, which is read instructions. I'm not reading French. Oh, it's French, so you can wave this in surrender. I got it. Cool. All right. Let's see. Instruction. What the? Okay, that's great. There's the on-off mode button. Fantastic. Then, what? It looks like a booklet. It's just a series of papers. I would like to know to charge the battery, to replace the battery. How about to use the battery, to operate? Okay. I did not get a red strobe. Quickly double click. All right, so here's a strobe warning. All right, how do we get to the red strobe? Hold it down and you get your red. Here's a red strobe, probably. Or not. I'm a liar. What the hell? All right, we're going to go through them again. There we go. So overall, you know what? I don't hate it. I don't. It is clearly a ripoff of an Olight design at a fraction of the Olight price. Well, I don't know. I can't remember how much these go for, but it's got the same little click adjustment. It's got a headband. Let's see if the headband is comfortable. Does it have the same? Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. I mean, it's got the same little hook-in things. The headband is nice though. I mean, it's stretchy and it's got like a soft feel on the inside. I mean, I'm sure it's comfortable and everything. Comes with some extra O-rings. I like that it has this though, and the red modes and everything. I don't hate it, given that okay. So we have the issue that it is kind of. I'm saying counterfeit. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's licensed for the design or whatever. Until I know that, I can't say anything about it. GSM LLC. So they have like the name and everything. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up. But it is so clearly based on an Olight design, unless Olight took their design from somewhere else. That could be also, but it's not a bad light overall with what it gives you. And 500 lumens, look, I'm not complaining about 500 lumens. GSM is an umbrella corporation that owns a lot of other stuff and makes viruses in Raccoon City. But they own a lot of other companies, so this may not necessarily be ripped off or counterfeit or whatever. It just might be whatever. We're gonna put this here. Okay, cool. Next, we've got a lens cleaning pen, which interesting to have in there. $6. I have something similar, and I use it a lot because I've got a camera, because I've got glasses. If you have optics on a pew, this is a good way to clean without risking scratching anything. So this part right here, this is a close-up, this is a little felt thing. And then this is a specific brush for removing, dust and particles from a lens. You still can then wipe it down, but the risk on like really high quality or coated optics is that if you have a particle on there and you go to wipe it or something, you risk scratching that coating. So this is specifically to remove gently any particles, any even dust. If there's, when I say particles, I don't know how to describe it, but those of you with experience and knowledge know what I'm talking about. You can scratch the coatings on your optics or lenses very easily without meaning to. This is a way to safely remove that. And sometimes that's enough, but then if you then need to go clean with a wipe, you don't have any large, and by large we're still talking about little teeny tiny specks, but large enough to cause a scratch or damage to that optic and coating. So this, while you might think like what a stupid fluff item, it's really not. This can save you hundreds of dollars in having to get a new replacement coating or a replacement lens or something like that. That's why I have one of these and I use it for expensive stuff, and it really is worth having. And for $6, listen, even if you don't want to go get a whole box like this, get one of these for your expensive things. It is worth its money. Definitely. I'm sorry, this is on the wrong end. Definitely. That's cool. All right, next, Laserface SOCOM sunglass shooting glasses, Z87 rated. Now these come in at $60. Heatwave, Laserface. Nice little bag in there. Here, if you are curious and you want to scan this for the warranty and care instructions. And then, oh, I swear to God, if I put these on and I don't see hidden aliens all over the place, I'm going to be really upset. Wow. Okay. They're actually not bad. They're very clear. I'm going to have to get a little clip of me wearing these. So, am I cool? Yeah? Yeah, no, I'll just show you. Yeah. It's gone. It's buzzed. But it's cool enough to walk down the street. Can you hear the Bee Gees playing about the way I use my walk as I'm wearing these? What do you think? Tell you what, there's like very little light leaking in. There's none leaking in on the top, just the tiniest bit in the corners there. So they really do give you good coverage. Okay, enough. Now, I guess as shooting glasses go, they are sunglass. They are Rowdy Roddy Piper style. I don't know. They are what they are. They are what they are. Next, medical. Oh, you guys are so lucky. It's not a real medical kit. Oh, I was gonna put the whole intro in, and it's a medical concealed gun case. So on the battlefield, this is a war crime. You cannot use Red Cross protection for anything that is not it. Hiding your weapons under the camouflage of the Red Cross is a Geneva Convention violation war crime. However, we are civilians, and there's a magazine holder, some other stuff, and so you can... I'm going to keep saying it every time. You put your weed in there. I've been watching some old Saturday Night Live episodes before they went like super political and all that crap. They've always been political, but not the way they are now. But anyway, funny years. So you can put a gun in here. But you know what you also could do with this? There are Velcro inserts. This is a very nice size for an actual medical kit. I mean, I know what they intended it for. I personally have very emotional feelings about putting a gun in a red. Everything I've ever been taught. It goes against everything I know. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, we have, like, I get it. I know. I'm overthinking it. But, like, oh my God, for 21 years, every year having to take training on the law of land warfare and you know, LOAC and all that stuff. And oh, wow. Okay, sorry guys, sorry. But so it does come with a magazine holder, and I'll be honest, I don't know what this is. This how they expect you to hold your weapon in here? Like you strap it into this? And I don't know. Excuse me, seeing how I get it, this is for concealing a firearm. I'm never gonna do that in a Red Cross. I cannot let myself do that. It's wrong. Feel free to disagree with me. I get it. I can't do it because of my military experience. It is I can't do it. I just can't do it. But how much is this? This is $40. There are Velcro medical case inserts for other medical kits, and this is a really nice size, and that's what she said. But it also has PALS webbing from Molly attachments on the front and a full Velcro back, which means you can get those kind of panels to attach this to any other gear, put it on a thigh rig so that you can have it low on your thigh, you know, where it is. We used to have tactical medical kits in the field on the thigh, and then you rip it off the panel because it's right within reach. This is, I wonder if this company also sells actual medical kits. I like this for that. I don't like mistrust of the Red Cross because I take it personal. Did you know that during the Cold War, the Russians and the Soviets anyway, and the people they trained, medics were the number 3 sniper priority officers, radio operators, medics. Yeah. So I like it and hate it all at the same time. I like it for what you could do with it. I know, I'm overreacting. We're not in a military unit. We're not talking about that, but it just hits me in a way that I'm like, whew, no. But it is a nice case. It is made well, and I think it has potential to use for a good medical thing. Maybe we'll follow up on this, turning this into a real medical kit. We'll see. And then finally, we've got the Gerber Curve for $19, which I'm guaranteed not to like. But I think one of the boys will probably like it. I think I've seen this before. Let's see. I think if I remember last time, it was like last time I saw this, it's just too small to do anything with effectively for my taste. So we've got a little blade, little carabiner clip. It weighs nothing. I mean, so that's a plus. But this Phillips head is mostly useless. You've got a little slot driver, big slot driver. They're not for prying in any way. Everything locks on this. And then you've got your knife blade, knife blade. But like I said, they lock. So, come on, you son of a bitch. There we go. Better than I thought, considering I just ran my thumb along it like 10 times and it did nothing. Something smells like cupcakes in here now. Is Ariel making cake? Oh my god. I want cake. You know, it is what it is. MSRP of $19 because everything Gerber makes is pretty much overpriced. I would never buy this on my own unless I was buying it just so we could review it one day. Not a thing I would want in it. What's rattling? The blades. All these little things are a little bit loose. I don't know. I'm sure there's people that really would enjoy this. Maybe they have a purpose that these things specifically fit. It's just awkwardly small in my hands too, and of course, bottle opener. So, favorite item in here. I love this tape. This is some strong tape, and I think it's very functional. This light, actually, I could get behind. I like it. I like what it does. I like the added features here. I'm wondering if I'm on speaking terms with this or not. Yeah, these could be cool for the range, sure. This is definitely worth the money, and can definitely, like I said, $6 can definitely save $100 optics from getting ruined. This not so much. So anyway, there we go. Mission 80, or sorry, BattleBox speak. Operation 82. I find functional use for just about everything except this little guy. I really like a couple items in here. Well, I actually really like this. So I really like 3 items in here. Yeah, I could, you know, these are cool. I'm not sure, depending on the range day, I might wear them. But I really want to use them compared to something that I know is like a purpose glare reduction, you know, kind of thing. And see how it works. And this, I want to see if we can really turn it into an actual med kit. But overall, it's a nicely made pouch. So there we go, guys. I would like your thoughts. And as I always pose this, 3 different ways. So fellow Barrel and Blade subscribers, how do you feel this month on all the things that we've gotten? Those of you who don't subscribe, would this box steer you towards picking up a subscription? And other than that, you know, having seen this, is there an item that you would be willing to spend your own money on? Is there something in here that you're like, yeah, I would buy that. That's a cool thing to have. So anyway, once again, link to Barrel and Blade in the video description. I really like these guys. I've been with them for a long time, and I don't see myself giving this subscription up anytime soon. But I am anxious to hear from you guys, see what you think. Thank you so much for spending some hopefully fun time with me once again unboxing. Remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.